wild gourmet. In 1980, I left Beverly Hills, California, and came to the Northwest Oregon in search of the wild foods of the Northwest. Here in this cave, I spent the winter of 1982. 3.5 months, I foraged, I crabbed, I fished, I walked the forest, and I ate my breakfast, lunch, and dinner right here in this cave. I brought you here to share with you some of the bounties of what I've discovered in Oregon. In the following shows that come up in the next few weeks, you'll go out in the woods with me. We're going to go mushroom picking. We're going to be picking edible greens. We're going to be going to the beach and picking up crabs and clams and mussels and all kinds of wonderful edible things. I think you'll have a good time. So put on your rubber boots, grab a bucket and a knife, and let's go have some fun. Here I am down. I finally got the bottom of this hill. I hope my camera showed you that. I had my head cam on for a little bit. I don't know if it's working or not. Anyway, I found a nice little patch down here at the bottom of this winter chanterelles growing. Some nice little ones here. See if we can get in a little closer. Yeah, those are nice. Still some nice ones out here, even with all that freezing and hail that we had. And I'll tell you, it was being bad. When you pick these little guys, sometimes they get a little bit of debris on the bottom, so all you got to do is kind of pinch your finger there and knock it off. And that makes them nice and clean. One thing about a winter chanterelle I forgot to mention earlier is there's always a hole in it. And that hole goes clear down through, and it's actually like a trumpet. It kind of looks like a little trumpet. Most mushrooms do. So if you were to blow on it, you can hear the wind coming out of there. Anyway, as I've said before, these always have the ridges on them. See the ridges on there coming down the stem. Not really like gills, more like ridges. And that yellow-footed bottom piece there, where it looks real yellow like a regular winter chanterelle, the Chanterelles Siberius, I guess. And these are the Chanterelles tubiformis, meaning a tube in the center, as we noticed. And every one of them has that little tube. Just picking some more of these. Give them a little snap to the side like that a little bit. Sometimes they come, oh well, that one didn't. They'll come off without the dirt on them. I just take and rub it against my kneecap like that and kind of breaks it off. Anyway, I don't know what the rest of you folks in your big city jobs are doing, but I think this is a pretty good job here. I enjoy this. I mean, I left Beverly Hills to come and do this. Well, the big city life's alright, but, you know, I just became ungeared towards it. I wanted to get out and do something more natural, so that's why I do this. This is a lot more fun. I enjoy it. It's really great for me. I get out here 2 or 3 days a week and go mushroom picking. As you see, I got a lid on my bucket. It's actually called a bucket seat. That's the name of the company. And it's got a little cush to it, so when you sit on it, it actually gives way and you can actually be comfortable sitting on it. So when I need a little break, I can just sit down right on my bucket and take a bucket break. Plus, if I kick my bucket at some time or drop it, the lid kind of stays on a little better than most lids. And I don't drop all my mushrooms out. Here's a few more nice ones down here. Let's get those. Oh yeah, a little deer skull over here, just a few feet away from where I was picking mushrooms there. You can kind of see it there. Where'd it go here? There he is. Yeah, that's a nice skull. A lot of times hunters just throw their carcasses out here, and this looked like that's what that was too. Yeah, somebody removed the antlers after they shot it, so you can see that that's been cut away from the cranium there. Anyway, still a nice size skull. Sometimes I take them, put artwork on them. These teeth, I like to do stuff with those, I think jewelry, and the natives use those for adornments for their tunics and stuff. They were kind of highly priced for that. Not much else to use for the skull other than just decorative or whatever. So I think we'll just leave that one there since it's missing its horns. Had some horns on it. I might take it and do a piece of artwork with it, but can't use that one for much, so we'll just go ahead and get back to mushroom picking. A couple bigger ones in here. Let's pick this one, but I want to show you because it's a lot bigger than some of the other ones we've been finding. Yeah, it's pretty good size. It's like half the size of my hand there. As I said, you can definitely see that hole going down the center. Definitely see it's a tube. Tubiformis. Chanterelles tubiformis. Make me perform this way. Anyway, there's quite a few nice ones here. They come off really easy. Oh, look at there's look at that. There's a little California newt hiding out down there. Hi, little newt. How you doing? Newt Gingrich will give you a full name. Anyway, they're bright orange on the bottom. They kind of look almost a little brighter than the chanterelles. They're got a pretty belly on them. They don't ever get any bigger than this. It's about as big as they get. But I've eaten them the way the natives ate them. They just take and stick down their throat, out their little rear end there, and stick them over a fire and roast them until they're good and crispy. Then you'd peel the skin and eat the flesh inside. And it does taste just like chicken. I swear to God it does. It actually tastes more like frog legs to me, which everybody thinks tastes like chicken, but I call it waterfowl. That's why everybody thinks it tastes like chicken, because it tastes like waterfowl. Get a few nice mushrooms in the bucket now, too. We're not going to eat that newt, so I'm going to let him go. I don't need to eat him today. I'm not on a survival trip out here, but if I was, newts are pretty good to eat. And they're usually pretty plentiful. If there's one around, you can usually find a whole bunch more. I found 30, 40 of them in a day. Like I said, you need to toast them until they're totally done. But when I find a newt, just to let them know I'm not going to eat them, I always give them a kiss. I think they're pretty cute. Bye, Newt Gingrich. We're going to let you go now. I've been sitting here holding and warming up a little bit. That's holding my hand and warming them up a little bit. That's about the kindest thing I can do for them. They like to stay nice and moist and cool, but I'm sure they like the sun a little bit too. So a little warmth in your hand as a parting gift is kind of nice. Bless you, little bro. Go have down over there and walked about 20 feet. Got in over here and found a whole bunch I've been looking for. I knew if I kept going this way I was going to find a big old patch, but here's a really nice patch here. You can kind of see a bunch of them down here on the ground. We start right there. Let me switch the camera around and I'll show you where they all go to. They kind of start here. It's almost sidewalks. Sometimes in the winter I can just find sidewalks of these things. Little pathways of them, I guess I should call them. Man, they're just a little golden vein here. Mushrooms just going along here through the woods. And you can see them there, and all over here, and up in there, and down in there. And they pick up over here. Look at this over here. Man, there's just doodles of them in here. Oh man, there's another little golden vein of them. I've always said there's gold in them our hills because I come out here and pick all these mushrooms. Man, look at that. Look at all those. Whoa, that's a pathway of mushrooms. That'll fill my bucket up. This is what we were trying to find here. Yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, man, they're just all over in here. Well, I guess I'm not going to get this bucket filled up as much as I thought today. I'm getting kind of tired here. It's getting late in the day. I'm beat. Besides, I ran out of mushrooms a few minutes ago, and all I'm finding is just one or two sporadic little ones here and there. I don't know that I want to go back the way I came in. That's a good half a mile, 3/4 mile over that way, but it's through this duff like this. This is really hard to walk in, so I think I'm going to head back on over this way to the, where I think I'm pretty sure there's a little road over here. Last hunting season I walked in here. This is looking for elk here. Definitely going to see if I can find that road. But I'll tell you, I'm getting pretty thirsty too. I think I'll have me a drink of water. One of these nice big juicy chanterelles should have enough water and make me feel a little better anyway.